Oh, sorry people, and welcome ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, elves and zebras, gypsies and the sheep. Hey, I've made two videos that were not fun or funny or anything like that. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. So this is going to be a different video. Alright, what I've done, well we've been doing things. I have a bookcase over here. We have a bookcase over here. We also have on my desk an eraser that's still in the package. Now, is that amazing or what? We have this. If we could get these things apart, we could go, we could have some money, but then that was my wife, so I don't want to take it apart. So what I've done, I don't know how well you can see this. That doesn't help much, does it? That's my radio. Oh, ARRL, American Radio Relay League, ARRL or ARRL. Their technician class manual. The new one is ready. It's available. But see, I still need to get spectacles. Oh, wait. So we have to call them Monday, don't we? The eye doctor? Okay. So hopefully next month I will get spectacles. So I will spend my money not on frivolous things, but on spectacles, so I can see. Because I can't see much right now. At least not so I can read. Like this. I have to like hold it over here, and then I can only read part of it. I can read the large print. I cannot read the small print. Not for the life of me. What? C-U-P-O-N? C-U-P-O-N or C-U-P-O-U-N? So anyway, folks, so what I've done over here, I was going to show you again, but what I've done, or what I'm doing, because I'm not finished, so I'm doing, done would be past tense, I would have been finished, but I'm not finished yet. These are self-defense, martial arts, and health and fitness and exercise books, manuals, and the like. And the reason I was mentioning the ARRL because I showed my radio. You know, for those who watch me regularly, you know I go off on rants and I'll start talking about one thing and then I'll go off and talk about something else that has nothing to do with anything. So you saw the radio, so I might as well say something about it, right? So these are the self-defense, martial arts, health and fitness books, and some academic, educational. I have a cousin. I have more than a cousin. I have many cousins. When you are of Irish stock, you have a lot of cousins. We breed faster than rabbits breed. Can I make an ethnic joke like that? Yes, I can. And I just did, so. Now, if you're not Irish, you can still make the ethnic joke. I don't care. So, anyway. So, there are some educational things here. I have a cousin who well, I don't know if she's technically an English professor, but I would give her that much respect. I would give her the respect of I mean, if she was a professor, I would call her, I don't even call her doctor. I could call my own cousin doctor. I could call both of those two cousins doctors. I think they both have PhDs, but I don't. and neither one of them has ever shown any sign that I've ever noticed that they were like, well, I have a PhD, so I'm better than you. I've never seen that from my cousins. Never. Ever. I mean, not even close. If you could see how bad my English is when I write, and this one particular cousin, like I said, she could be a professor. It would be really cool if she got a professorship. I think she deserves it with all the work she's done, with all the people she's helped. Anyway, so she told me about 2 spelling books, and I bought those. I bought them used. They were only available used. Well, I found used copies. I could not find new copies. Maybe if I went to her university's bookstore, I might be able to find new ones. I don't know. But so I have those. I have the 4 Dummies books, and I have English Grammar Essentials, English Grammar Workbook, vocabulary workbook, the spelling books, math books, and then the martial arts self-defense, health and fitness, because that thing right there that now has something on top of it, it doesn't belong there, but we've been doing stuff in the house, so it's like you move something one place, and then you go and do something, you have to move it again, but never to its rightful place. It always gets moved around and around and around. Eventually it gets moved to its rightful place, but that could take years. So because of I have something called partial paralysis. Oh, tomorrow I actually have an appointment to deal that has to do with that, but I'm not going to go into that. But once that is taken care of, hopefully the surgeon will be like, okay, well, let's make an appointment for the surgery, or let's make an appointment and then the surgery will be after that. Well, we'll see. I cannot have any marks like that on me because they said this is serious surgery, very serious surgery, because they're messing with my spine, and so it's like this. There's a reluctance on my part to really start doing things because I'm going to be laid up for a while. I don't know how long. They're going to put this thing on my head so I can't move my head because the neck's going to have to heal, and stuff like that. So it's like, well, what if I start working out and then I get all this energy and I want to do this and I want to do that, and then I go into the surgery and I have to lay in bed still for a month. I'm going to be like, I can't do this. I have to get up and move. I have to get up and do stuff. So I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and start anyway. I mean, I'm in the process of that. I've said in other videos that I have the forms. You know what? Before I go to bed tonight, I can start working on those forms. It's something I notice that I do is I do the Wing Chun stuff that I learned years and years ago. I just do it. It's like what do they call it? Muscle memory and stuff like that. So I still do, but I don't like the stance. The Wing Chun stance. It's a weak stance. I'd use a karate or Kempo type of stance instead of a Wing Chun stance. Otherwise, I think it's decent self-defense. But anyway, so I'm going to use some of these books, and I have one by Superfoot Wallace, I believe is his name. He had physical ailments growing up, and he started doing the kicking and stuff, and he got better. He became healthier, and I'm wondering, because I have a book on self-defense and PE, one or two books, at least one on self-defense for people with disabilities. One thing I don't have that I wish we had, three things. I'll mention three things. A jiu-jitsu dummy. That's first, because I can use a punching bag. So a jiu-jitsu dummy would be great for floor work. A mukjang, I used to have a mukjang made out of teak. Cost me about $1,000 too. $900,000. Everything was lost in the fire, so I don't have any of that stuff anymore. I had a hanging body opponent bag. I don't think they even make those anymore. And anyway, so I'm going to start using this stuff. I already did start using the fighting knife book, but then I stopped because everything got moved around. Everything gets moved around. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on this, physical health, mental health being, to me, when you learn, you're helping yourself mentally and physically. So it's good to be active. It's hard for us to be as active as we want to be because, we get out, we walk a short distance, we're out of breath. But that's why we get up and move. But we need to move more than we do. So basically, I actually took 2 bookshelves down in the living room. And they're in boxes. Because we're trying to organize and sort. Because things are clean right now. We're just trying to organize and sort more. So, I would show you the books, but you can't really see them. I already tried, and I'm not going to pull them out individually. What's really cool is when I was a little boy on Okinawa, I took karate. I took Okinawan karate on Okinawa. Now I'll tell you a story about the gym. They built a new gym while I was going to that school. And that's where we had karate lessons. And I remember what we did. We didn't do much because I got bored with it. And I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. But, because we did the same thing every single day. But there's a reason you do the same thing over and over again. A muscle memory. Anyway, but there are other reasons. There's also mental, it's like, although you're physically, doing certain things, so your muscles start to do those things. Also, mentally, you know the techniques. You know which technique works best in what situations. So, but so these books, I'm going to be using these books, and the table was cleaned off. Actually, right now, some books are on the table, and once I get spectacles, which hopefully I will do next month. Spectacles. I see people up here in New Ireland actually, we call it New Ireland now. We call them spectacles, not glasses. I'm trying to make this a fun video, people, not so serious like my last couple. So let's see. So we wear spectacles, we don't wear glasses. And if you believe that, you can believe it if you want, it's up to you. But let me tell you something. If you're hungry, this is fantastic. We buy these. We buy several bags of these for each of us every week. We both eat like 7 or 8 bags of these each week. Yeah. And if you believe that, which you're welcome to believe that, but no, it's not true. Lucky's over here sleeping. He barks in his sleep. So, but also, what I did, I kept some of the game books, but like this was my wife's. She never really used it. Well, she didn't use this one, but she used to color these. There's something with Zentangle. She did a lot of that. Hey there, Misty. Meow, meow. Oh, is she tired? She just wake up. You're purring. Whoops. Oh, you want to rub on that too, huh? They just give me attention, that's all I want. Just attention. She's a little love bug. She tries to wake us up. She'll do that. I want attention. I don't usually wake up, but my wife in there, she'll wake up and give her some lovin's. Like, don't stop. Keep scratching me. Yeah. So after my wife passed away, I decided initially that I was going to be single the rest of my life, and thankfully I thought twice about that because I would not have met that wonderful woman in there if I would have stayed single the rest of my life. So what I did was I bought some books, 2 or 3 or 4 books. They're like Games for One, the book of solo games, stuff like that. Well, I don't really need those on the shelf because I don't need Games for One now. Because we both like board games and puzzles and books and stuff like that, so we have things to do. But I kept some of the game books up there. There's one book on the game Go. I'd really like to learn how to play Go. I have a Go board and I have the pieces, and so maybe my wife and I will one day figure out how to play Go. I've tried it online. There's free online games of Go, but I can't figure it out. So, but yeah, so I took some books down. But, like a lot of the books I took down that I put in boxes, we still need to go through those. Because I can donate some to the town library for either their book sale or put on the shelf. Like, I donated some of my late wife's books to the library. I put a book plate in each one that I donated. So I donated them in her name and her memory. But once I get some spectacles, I can read some Robert Frost. I can relearn some Spanish. I can read some Walt Whitman, Robert Frost again. What do I need? I have to see if that other book has these same poems in it. Same stories. Emily Dickinson. Oh, the kitten wants to rub on the book. She's like, give me those. Yeah. So Emily Dickinson, and what led me to want to read both Emily Dickinson and then there's William James, the favorite book of modern verse. Why Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson? For those who know the song, I don't remember the name of the song now, but it's by Simon and Garfunkel, and they sing about, I'm reading one book of poetry, you're reading the other. One is reading Robert Frost, the other is reading Emily Dickinson. Or I'm reading Robert Frost, you're reading Emily Dickinson, because their poetry is very different. So, but, you know, I don't know if I'm going to keep this on the shelf or not. And if you want a really fun book, I will tell you a really fun book. It's called Letters from a Nut. There are actually several, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, maybe more books that are a part of that. It turns out the books are written by Jerry Seinfeld. You don't see that in the books, but it turns out he wrote the books. And my favorite, okay, now these are letters that were written, and then there are some books deal with emails that are sent. And one of them, he contacts a hotel or a hotel chain, and he said he's basically saying, you know, I like to travel, and I would like to get a room at your hotel. I also like Popeye the Sailor Man, and I eat a lot of canned spinach. When I go to a hotel, I like to put pictures of Popeye all over the room. And when I come out of the shower, I like there to be a picture of Popeye. Is that okay with you? Can I put pictures of Popeye up? I will just tape them up. I will not put holes in your wall. When the response, I don't think even mentioned Popeye. But I like doing that kind of stuff, you know, to people, and, you know, silly, crazy things like you're driving down the road, you roll down the window, and you say, "You dropped your pocket," "Your hair fell off," or somebody's walking a dog. "Hey, do you raise those things for pets or for food? Because that would make some good barbecue." Now, some people get really pissed off at you for that. Other people will laugh about it. Other people will look at you like, "Are you serious or joking?" You know, you never know what the response of people. You know, something I've done, I was like, "May Allah bless you." No, that's not working out. Nobody's doing anything with that, so I'm probably not going to do that much anymore. But one thing I've hollered out at folks is the sun rises in the east. They're like, "What?" They look at each other like, "What?" Well, it's true. It rises in the east, right? Oh, there's the baby again. She just jumped up here. She just wants some lovin's, aren't she? Mm-hmm. See, I don't have a tail. I have a stub of a tail. Mm-hmm. Would you like to show everybody your tail? Would you like to show the tail? She's looking at the window. Show everybody that stub of a tail. Look at that. See, I don't have a tail. But my brothers and sisters, they don't care. And it doesn't stop me from doing anything. Does it? Mm-mm. So, that's it. Actually gonna, oh, she's laying down in my lap wanting me to rub her face. So, hopefully this was a funner, nicer, happier video. Hope you enjoyed.